What is up, guys? It is Robert of Gaming with Me, and welcome to a video talking about this channel. As you can see from the title, it has been 9 years since I started this channel. Yes, 9 years. Technically, it was a few weeks ago, but some other videos came out. Back at the backlog, Jack and Dax of the precursor legacy. We got a Not Your Ordinary new Nintendo 3DS XL unboxing. So I had a few other videos coming out, but I was like, I still want to make this one, so just do it when I got the time. Essentially, every year, I would like to reflect on the channel's past year and also think about the future and see where we could potentially be heading, hopefully. And I like to reflect on the videos that I enjoyed making and that people seem to enjoy liking and what I want to do. So let's just talk about it. It's going to be a casual, it's usually these longer, just relaxing type videos. Just listen to me ramble on my channel that I've been working on for this past year. First thing I wanted to talk about is just the videos, like certain ones that stood out to me as like some of my favorites of the year. For sure, it started off with the Not Your Ordinary cabinet build. I I love that video. I love the video. It seems like a lot of people really love that video. It's something that I can't necessarily replicate, which is fine. You don't need to replicate every video, but I think it's a good, really funny one-off video that I like to just return to and be like, yeah, that was a good video. I enjoy that. Building a cabinet that I put my games on and everything, and having these like songs in between like every single part, I was so happy with, and it was just such a cool and fun video to make. Like, I remember thinking, oh, I'll do one little song thing. It could be funny, but then I did two, and then I did three, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it for like every single step. Let's see if I could do that. And I think some of them are genuinely catchy to me. I'm not even gonna lie. Like some I'm like, man, should make that a full song. So, like some of them are like, what was it? It was baby, maybe I've been wanting to screw today, baby, maybe. Yes. Like, I think that's just like genuinely kind of catchy. Same thing with the last but not least, I'm gonna put my shelf up. Everybody knows where I'm gonna put my Zelda. Space so small you can fit us in a hamper. Where else would I put my DVD of a kipper? Something like that. And I like that. I'm like, that's some bars right there. Yeah. And I just think it works with it. I think it's pretty funny. Baby, maybe I've been wanting to school today, lady. I've been wanting to school today, baby. Fine, now let's check it out. Last but not least, I'm gonna put my shelf up. Everybody knows where I'm gonna put my Zelda. Space so small you can fit a Santa helper. Where else would I put my DVDs of Kipper? And that looks good to me, yo. And stuff like why I love collecting video games. Those type of discussion videos I always enjoyed. It's just, I like, if you notice, I like doing these different topics, things that just all parts of the gaming industry, like every single minute detail. I like to make a video on it because I love games, I love games. So anything about it, that's why I talk about these things. Like, and I love collecting video games. And past year, we've collected a lot more. And I honestly, I used to do a video game pickups video every month. This was a while ago. Like, we're talking 7 years ago, probably six to seven. And man, I kind of want to do that again, but I'm like, I don't know, once a month doing a video on that, I don't know if people would care. And it's not like it was nearly as much as I used to, because back then, when I first had money to spare, in terms of when I was like 16, 17, I used to spend all my money on games. So I would buy like 20 games in 1 month. I don't do that anymore, so I'll buy like once a week, and if they don't show up by that time, it's always on eBay, so they might not even show up within the month or whatever. So it's like most of the time they do. But let's say you buy 4 games for the month and a few current releases. Maybe I buy 3 of 5, so it'd be about 8 games, which is, I guess, a good amount. But to be fair, but I think I kind of want to just wait to the end of the year and just talk about every game I picked up for the whole year. So then you'd have like a ton. You'd probably have like 80 or so. I don't even know, but it's probably like 80 games that I think that could be fun to break down. Maybe I'll do that at the end of this year. I might do that. Then there's stuff like my favorite obscure games, where my good friend Retro Death and my good friend Clocked It both made videos like that, and I want to to do something like that too. I had that in my mind, and I thought it was a very fun video to make because it just, you see different takes on what you played that you find were to be obscure, and I feel like I found some pretty solid obscure games that people don't know about, and I think it's cool. I think it's super damn cool, and I love seeing other people's videos on that too. Then I finally showed off my Mario and Captain Bones Gold, which is I called it the untold, unfinished Super Mario story you've never seen. And I thought for sure, again, I always say this in previous years, but there's certain videos that you make, titles you make, thumbnails you make that you feel, okay, this is going to do better than the other ones, and they just don't. They just perform the same amount, and you're like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And that is one of them for sure. I'm like, the untold Super Mario story, the untold, unfinished that you've never seen, like, and yeah, it's got like this little drawing, so you would think, I don't know, to me that's something I would click on, and it's not like people didn't click on it because it's got a good click-through rate, like in general, but you would think that it would just be, I guess, promoted more through the YouTube algorithm, but I guess it wasn't, and it is what it is. But I enjoyed making it, enjoyed sharing it, and I have more stuff like that to share in the future. Very awesomely, I probably got the biggest game I've ever gotten a review code for, and in the overall scheme, it's technically not big in terms of the masses, but it's Lego Builder's Journey. The fact that Lego actually sent me a review copy for Lego Builder's Journey just makes me super happy. To this day, I'm just like, that's a cool ass thing to say, that yeah, Lego, that's a massive company, made a game. I asked if I could get a review copy. They checked out the channel, and they're like, yeah, sure, check it out. and that was awesome. That was all. It's a great game. It really is a damn good game. And I was just so happy about the whole idea of, getting something from Lego and being able to do that for them, technically. And I thought that was very, very cool. And especially considering, I'm, compared to other people that make Lego Builder's Journey reviews and they're going to have thousands of views, I wasn't going to get nearly that much, unfortunately. But I think it came out good anyway, and I think the game itself is really great. We, of course, entered the 3rd season of Back at the Backlog, and I love doing this series. I still, to this day, love doing it. We are, 33 episodes in? It's going to be the 34th with Ocarina of Time. Crazy. And I love this season specifically and how I approached the skits this time. It was bound to happen, but the first 2 seasons followed every episode followed a story, so it would be a story long season. And I thought of different storylines for different seasons and stuff, but then I thought about, I'm like, I plan on doing this for a very, very long time. Eventually it's going to get to a point where, like, I'm maybe not run out of ideas, but I'll run out of ways to do these ideas that I can't really. At some point, I'm going to have to just scale it back or something like that. But I was like, well, why don't I approach it differently and just have every episode be more, geared towards the game itself? Not like literally it's like about the game, but it could be, it could be not. It could be just something related to the theme of the game. Like, with Ratchet and Clank, I talk about the sex robot because it's a robot, have a partner with you, partner, and then it's a fuck, it's just little random things. And I think, or like Grand Theft Auto 3, I'm like, how my grandfather or the Uber driver was a part of the mafia, and so he's naming these names from Grand Theft Auto 3, and he's thinking that I'm trying to join the mafia type stuff, and I think that made for this season to be its best yet, essentially, to me. I have been loving doing these skits and trying to think of different ways to try to make it a little bit more like the game, or a little bit towards the game in terms of the skits. So while it technically is still all one universe, one backlog universe, things that happen in these do happen in the show, but it'll be different stories every single time. Although, sometimes maybe you'll follow or continue a little bit, like with the whole Jak and Daxter, Grand Theft Auto 3, I died. Jak and Daxter, I didn't really die. It's actually, Reggie said it wasn't my time. So, you know what I'm saying? So just things like that. And I love doing this series, being able to play all these games and just really talk about them in nitty gritty detail is so fun to me. Writing these scripts, doing these things, and just it's great, and we're closing in on the end of it. We only got a few more episodes left. We got Ocarina of Time, then we got then we got then, and then that's it. And then we're on to season 4, and then I got to do a new theme song and stuff. And I always love doing that. New theme songs. In terms of what's in it, I love doing that. And it's a series that, again, I hope one day that's the series that people come back for. At least if they come back for anything, they come back for the backlog. Check it out once a month. See what the next game is, see the little skit, hear my discussion on it. I love doing it. I love doing it a lot, very, very much. But of course, I always say I feel like this was a series that would start hitting its stride a little bit more, but fortunately, no, still not yet. And if anything, it's a little bit lower, and I think it's because of something I'm gonna say later on. But it's a damn shame, and it drives me insane. Don't get me wrong. Like, when I see the views that I get on those episodes, it does hurt me to my core. But I also thank the people that do watch it. The people that do watch it, it may not get those high views, but maybe one day, hopefully one day. But regardless, I have fun doing it, and hell's yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it for the very foreseeable future, because I have a lot of games on the backlog. I want to talk about them, and I'm dedicated, man. I want to keep doing it. Another favorite of mine for this year is playing the worst reviewed game of all time, which is what was it even called? 30 Great Games Family Party Arcade Obstacle Course. I think I said that wrong. Family Party Obstacle. Oh, okay, it's Family Party 30 Great Games Obstacle Arcade. That's what it is. What a weird ass name, right? And I love it because I did a skit in there talking about how did they even come up with this name. And I think this was a really fun video to make. It's definitely not the worst game of all time, not by a long shot. It's actually somewhat enjoyable in some areas, but overall it just doesn't work very well. But to have it so low, it's a bit bizarre. This is a new series for myself that I'm gonna keep doing. So like one of these days, I usually randomly generate video ideas. Not like I have a list of video ideas, and then I'll let the random generator just pick out which one of them. So I don't want it to make like a weekly or a monthly type series. I want to do all these video ideas, let it pick, and then I'll do that one for the week. And for that, I want to do like other worst reviewed games. So like the worst reviewed game of the PlayStation 1, worst reviewed game of the Switch and of the PS4 and the Xbox One, whatever, Sega Dreamcast, I don't know, whatever, I would like to do that. Play the worst reviewed games on each platform and just make it kind of like that video. I think it would be fun. And in terms of like the best performing topic style videos, so like one of these, not like a reaction video or anything like that, because those are always going to be the best performing videos, but more of like a topic style one that I just, talk about some corner of the gaming that I like to discuss. And it was I Miss Miiverse. That was actually my best performing one, and it's like a few hundred views, so it's not even like it's like, oh my god, it's performed exponentially higher than everything. But yeah, I really love Miiverse. I love Miiverse, and I'm gonna actually make another video on Miiverse talking about my post one of these days, which actually I was planning to do that actually sooner rather than later, so we'll see. But yeah, it was the best performing one, and I could understand why, because I think we're at that point where maybe Miiverse is becoming a little bit nostalgic, so maybe people are looking that up a little bit more, and maybe people don't make as many Miiverse videos. That might be it. I'm not exactly sure, but it's the best performing one, and it starts a conversation in the comments and stuff, and that's always a great time. I love seeing that. It's a really good video too. I enjoyed making that. I had the one opening Animal Crossing e-reader card pack from 2003. I love doing that. I think it's super cool to be able to have on this channel things from like 2003 that are brand new and be able to open it up, damn near 20 years later. And I just like that a lot. I think it's very, very cool to me. And I love to be able to share that with everyone. I just like that. And I hope to do more of that, like some type of older stuff, bring it into a newer era and just check it out with a newer pair of eyes that have never seen it back then. I was 4 years old back then. I definitely did not have Animal Crossing e-reader card back. Another one of my favorite, my mom guesses every single Super Smash Bros. Ultimate character. This one's like over an hour long, and understandably so. It's also one of the best performing videos of the year. That I figured. And again, it's still not like 1,000 views. Honestly, probably will get there one day, but it's got like at a few hundred right now. And when I mean one day, I do mean years from now, but that's one of those evergreen titles, you could say, right? Evergreen videos that over time they just collect views. And that's one of those because that's always interesting, man. You see, my mom does that, and my mom's a funny ass person, right? So it's just it's interesting to see, someone who really doesn't play games, or at least only recently started playing some games like Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion. Now she's playing Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. So she's getting into games, but it's tough for her because she has super bad vertigo. So anything with the camera, she can't play, which sucks because she would like to play a lot of other games, but she literally just can't. She literally can't. And she enjoys the hell out of those games like Luigi Mansion and Captain Toad and Animal Crossing. And the next game, I'm curious what she'll pick up next time. She's dipped her toes into Hades, Super Mario Odyssey, but she got super camera sick with Super Mario Odyssey, which is a shame because she was like, that is really cool, but I literally can't play it. I literally can't play it. That won't be the last time you see my mom in some videos. For sure going to do something with Nintendo Switch Sports, the sequel to the Wii Sports video, which I think was very funny. So I love having a mom on and seeing her do stuff. And it was interesting because with the Smash one, there are characters that she knows that you wouldn't think she would know. Names you wouldn't think she knows, Reggie Fils-Aimé, stuff like that. But because of how I interact with my mom compared to how other people interact with their moms, I very much tell her about a lot of games that I play. A lot of other people don't. So I like having conversations like that. I'll have giant, you can ask my mom, I have giant Wii U rants to her, like that last like an hour, and I'm just like talking about how it's such a shame that the Wii U flopped. And she's just like, actually having a conversation back with it, And a lot of other parents won't do that. Like, I can't do that with my dad. I can't. He's not going to give a shit. But, well, Mom, yeah, she'll talk about it. Halo Reach on the Xbox 360 one last time was one that I'm very happy I did because I still wish to this day, and I regret not doing a video on Miiverse, regret not doing a video on the Nintendo shop channel, the Wii shop channel. But to be fair, I did make a video on it. I just didn't shop on it. I should have done something like that. It is what it is. I can't go back in time now. But it's stuff like that from here on out, I really want to do, videos on stuff that I really love that are closing, because it's going to happen a lot throughout our whole lifetime. And I don't know what the next one is, but I hope it's not soon, because that means something that I love is shutting down, and that sucks. So it was nice to play Halo Reach on Xbox 360 one last time, and I had a blast. Latest video I'm really happy about was the greatest character creator in video game history, and I love, again, being able to explore stuff that I played when I was younger, like NBA 2K8, and seeing how ridiculous you could make these characters in the character creation. It's just so funny. I think it came out really well. I like it a lot. I enjoyed it a lot, and it seems like people really enjoyed it, so happy with that. In terms of stuff that happened just in general, I don't even remember, but last year I said I started doing an ad for the channel. And the ad definitely brought new eyes to the channel, 100%. I could tell it brought new eyes to the channel, but it didn't really grow it much. You would get new subs, but I don't think they really watched the videos, which was interesting. You'd get some, honestly, a decent amount of subs. Although I can't quite tell if it was from that or the streams, because it was around the same time that I streamed very heavily and also did the ad. I don't know, but I stopped the ad just because of that. I was like, yeah, the actual growth didn't really equate to people supporting the channel. And it's not like I was getting thousands of subscribers from the ad. It was just a couple, I don't know, every so often, every week or so, which is still a lot for me because I don't grow at all without anything. But there's occasional times where people will be like, oh yeah, I'm from the ad. And they did watch videos, and they still do. That's cool. But just for the amount of money that I spent, it's just not quite worth it. It would be worth it if I had a lot of money. Like if I was a rich man, yeah, that'd be worth it. You put a decent amount of money into that and you just let it sit there. Yeah, I actually do think it's worth it. But you might get a lot of unactive subs. Maybe. Depends. Not exactly sure. But for what it was, it worked for a little bit. And it was an interesting experiment that I wanted to do. And I'm glad I did it. So now I know. But it is what it is. Would I recommend it? Again, depends on how much money you make. If you make a lot of money and you have some to spare, yeah. I'd say I recommend it to a certain degree. It's just, again, I don't believe that it creates active subs. And I did it for I feel like it's almost a year. I don't think it was. I think it was probably like half a year or a little bit more. But it was good. Then I also stopped streaming consistently, which I would like to get back into it. And this has been for a while now. This, I feel like it's been almost a year. Streaming has always been a fun aspect, but it's also been a deal breaker for me because as soon as I really stopped streaming consistently, I've also noticed a lot of the same people stop showing up on videos. And I'm always like, well, all right, they're just here for streams. I've always said that videos are my bread and butter. That's what I care about. That's what I make. I do these weekly uploads, and I really, try to think a little bit outside of the box in terms of a topic, or edit or write in script with the whole back of the backlog, stuff like that. And streams are just, they're just chill hangouts. And while it is very fun, I just don't think, it sucks that that's what people maybe went for. But then at the same time, I opened up another channel specifically for live streams, and a lot of people didn't go there. A lot of people did not go there at all. And that's weird too. The only thing I've been streaming consistently has been Animal Crossing, and I actually missed a few weeks of Wild World, I'm not going to lie. We finished the whole first year of Animal Crossing on GameCube, which was a lot of fun. Doing that once a week. And Wild World, I'm not going to miss too many weeks. But I missed like 2 or 3. I'm not going to lie. It is what it is. I want to at least stream every Friday. But man, Friday rolls around. It hits that 9:30 mark or so. And I'm like, I kind of want to go to sleep. And I'm thinking, maybe I shouldn't do it at 9:30. What's wrong with me? Why don't I just do it earlier? I think the problem with doing it earlier, though, is that, sometimes you have people awake in my house, personally. You especially Friday night, you'll hear people roaming around and stuff. But if I do it, earlier from 7:30 to 9, that could work. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll try that next week. Because I'm awake at 7:30 on a Friday for sure. And I go to sleep around 9-ish. I try to go to sleep before that, but realistically, it doesn't normally happen. But every Friday, I have a bunch of I have a bunch of games I want to stream on those days. And those are fun. Those are fun, doing a variety of stuff. But like doing the constant Smash and the constant Mario Maker and stuff, I've stopped that completely. I was like, yeah, I'm done. I don't want to do that every Sunday or whatever. Or every Tuesday or whatever. And same thing with the new games. Every new game on Tuesday, I've realized that doesn't make sense because I'm spending more money on games that I won't be playing for the next 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, maybe even a year. So to me, I'm not going to buy a new game, brand new price, because now when I buy games, I'm just going to buy them when I get to them. Makes more sense to me. Instead, like, I save so much money by doing that, and it makes more sense. Like, I literally buy a game, I stream it for 2 hours, and then I don't touch it for 8 months. Well, in that case, I might as well just buy it 8 months later, and then it's fucking half price, As for the future in general, I'm going to just continue what I'm doing, back of the backlogs. I want to get more active, like I said, in streaming. Try to do that Friday one every single week. And kind of just accept where the ball's going to roll. I'm not admitting defeat or something, because to be fair, I have an audience. Like, it's a small audience, but they're there, and I appreciate every single one of you that watch. Like, it's awesome. It's super damn cool. But at this point, it's just creating that content that hopefully creates momentum one day, 1 year. I don't know when that year is, but I'm working towards it and I will continue to work towards it because I love doing this. I love videos. I love video editing. I love recording. I love being on camera. I love all that shit. It's great. It's greatness. And here I am. This thing's 31 minutes. Always rambling when it comes to these damn things. But it's because, it's my baby. Talking about it for, next year will be 10 years. It's madness. It's madness. A lot of things have changed over the many years. And I would say like the past 2 to 3 years, or is that foundation of what I've been wanting to do for a long time. So I'm just continuing that ball and got a lot of video ideas I want to do. There's 2 projects that are massive that I really want to release within the next few months. One of them being the top 10 greatest games of 2020, not 2021, 2020. I've had this script done for a while now, for a few months now. It's just I have a green screen, but because I live with other people, I got to find time when to record that. It's always kind of tough. I'm not gonna lie, it is tough because once you hear one person wake up or something, well then that's it, time's over. So maybe I'll try to, but then if I do it at like 2, 3 in the morning, I can't really, because if I basically I want to do it outside so I could set it up, the green screen, and in order to do that, it's got to be just a perfect time, and it just hasn't happened yet. So when that happens, I'll record that video, which is going to be awesome. I can't wait till you see it. It will be fucking awesome. And yeah, 2020 games, man, it is what it is. People make the best games of 1988. Are they late? I don't think so. So it is what it is. I'll get to it when I get to it, but it will be sometime soon. I was hoping to get it out a few months ago, but again, what are you gonna do? I'm sorry, I just couldn't. And then after that is my complete focus on the Search for Bones, the movie. Can't believe that's been over a year since I uploaded the last Search for Bones. But this one's gonna be a movie, man. Like legit, I'm gonna make a feature-length movie. A feature-length movie, like an hour and a half. It's gonna be awesome. And it's gonna be actual, we're gonna have actual set pieces and stuff. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be dramatic. It's gonna be dramatic in a funny way, you could say. And it's gonna be the Search for Bones of the finale. Whether I get him or not, it's the finale. And I recorded that back in September, so that was a while ago. It's just because I want to do the greatest games first and then do that, because the Search for Bones is gonna take a long time. There's places I want to actually go to record and stuff, and it's gonna add up. It's gonna add up a lot. So yeah, I think that's it. 9 years, another year. Next year will be 10. We'll see where we're at 10. Of course, in terms of other stuff, this year I'm gonna be dropping a new album, and I truly believe mix the album with the YouTube. I really should get back into movie reviews. I really should. But with the streaming, you mix it all together, and each of them will grow on their own to eventually grow into one big thing, hopefully. I don't know. But I'm excited. Guess we'll see what happens. I don't know, but I think the next year of content is going to be cool anyway, no matter what. Even if we stay at the same exact number as next year, which is a very high chance, there's still going to be a lot of cool content for the next year. So hey, that's always a cool thing. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for any support you've given, whether it be a view, a like, a comment, anything. It helps me, and what really helps is sharing. If you ever have someone that is into games or something, definitely share a few videos with them. Be like, yo, this guy is he's a cool guy. You should check him out. His name is GamingWithMe. Go check it out. Okay, I'll check it out. It helps me out. So thanks so much for watching. See you guys next time. These videos always are so long. I was like, all right, this one would be a lot shorter. I was looking at the time, and now it's 35 minutes I'm sitting at. It is. I ramble a lot about things that I made. Of course it is. It's me just spilling out all my thoughts of the past year, 365 days. So yeah. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I said that a million times. Peace out. I've nothing to fall back on at this time. The only thing propelling me on my fucking
fucking rhymes? What's the point of a fucking leap if I have no faith? What's the point of my fucking plate if there is nothing at stake? Better with submitting every single assignment late. Always just sitting there ending up on that procrastinate. But really school just ain't for me.